Hi everyone, this is going to be a video on technical indicators and overlays. I'm going to show you some resources that you can use to help with your charting, with your technical analysis, seeing where you can find price movements and those kinds of things. Recommendation I have is stockcharts.com. It's a great website. They have a lot of information for beginners and more advanced people. If you are looking to trade anything, this is probably a great place to get started. They have a tab at the top called Chart School. If you click on that, it'll take you to this page where they have a bunch of different types of things that you can look into for research. They have market analysis, they have trading strategies, they have a glossary of terms. Something that I think would be really helpful is technical indicators and overlays. So if we look at that, we'll have a list of overlays, indicators, and market indicators. And those are different things that can help us with our charts and with predicting the price movements. So overlays are things that go on top of the chart itself, that lay on top of the prices. So if I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to add in technicals and I want Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands is an overlay itself. So if you see on there, there's these band type things. There's lines that are above and below the price, and that's why they're called bands. And they come out really big and they snap together a lot like rubber bands, and they'll indicate whether or not the price has moved too far from its average, the standard deviation might be too high, or if there's likely to be a lot of volatility in the near future. Indicators, on the other hand, these are things that don't go on top of the chart itself, they go next to the chart, and they indicate some sort of movement in the future. So back to at this Apple example, an indicator would be something at the bottom right here like RSI, that shows if the current movements are very strong or very weak, if there's a lot of buying pressure behind a certain price movement. So you can see this big gap right here. If I take off Bollinger Bands, see this big gap right here of Apple the other day. That happened because of a stock split and because of a bunch of information, but that was a lot of people buying at one point, so that the RSI indicated that was a very bullish move, and so it was very strong. There was a lot of buying power, but then the buying power tapered off, and so did the price of Apple a little bit. And then a market indicator is just very similar to a regular indicator, except it is a much more broad version. So maybe like a put-call ratio, like at the bottom, would be a ratio of how many put options are out there to how many call options, which is more of a bullish to bearish ratio. But these are some good references and resources that you can use. If you were to click on one of these links, say Bollinger Bands for example, it would take you to a page that has all of the information you could ever want about that particular indicator or overlay. So Bollinger Bands, it gives a history, it gives how to calculate it, what it would look like on a spreadsheet if you were going to use maybe Excel to try to plot Bollinger Bands, what it would look like if you had a chart with Bollinger Bands on them, and then all these different strategies you can use. You have W bottoms, you have crossovers, and you have the M top, all these different types of things that you can use to help with your trading. So a lot of good resources, a lot of things out there for people just getting into charting, or people who are advanced and just want to learn more about how the different indicators and overlays work. So hopefully that answers some questions you might have had about technicals. If not, please reach out to me. I'm always willing to help out and answer any questions. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your trading.